not even taken into any ward, that he was attended to at the reception area. And there was a CCTV. Now, what he first did as a doctor was to administer first aid, and there was no response. Every stages of rigor mortis at setting. And he said he even looked at the sole of the feet. It was plain white with spotted black, which indicated that 3 hours could be more. And he said he advised them that they should take Mohbad to the morgue, to the government morgue. They took him back home. So that is that about the story about the reopening of the inquest. Now let me just talk about the pathologist. What's the huge difference in the government's pathologist report as well as the private? There was the indication by him, because he said there was the presence of antihistamine as well as caffeine in excess, and he wondered who administered that, signaling that there was another nurse. And of course, the partner said that there was a nurse that stayed the night with them in the house before the other nurse came. So by that pathologist report,
now let us.
and he wondered.
Hold on. Please listen to the grammar she used, though. We're going to listen to the grammar she used again now.
You need to address this nurse that slept in their house.
I'm addressing.
Who administered that, signaling that there was another nurse. And of course, the partner said that there was a nurse that stayed the night with them in the house before the other.
Nurse. Now listen carefully. Only there was a nurse that stayed with them overnight before Feishara came, before the nurse that came. Now let us now look at what Wumi said. Did she actually say that? Now this is her interview at Silverbed Lele, I think TVC.
Mr. Dawah, Emma B. All the very great for rope carry momo by force by fire. Shall we carry bolo and
My name is Munzir Dale. I'm a professor of electrical engineering and computer science at MIT. The partnership.
So immediately I heard it. It sounds funny because this was the same person I had. Like we still spoke like a few minutes ago. We had planned on going to Lekki to give our baby. So it sounds like a trash to me. So I put a call through to his sister. I called his sister. I was just calling different people that day. I called my brother, his cousin Darusha. I just called so many people. So Darusha came to the hospital, and I told Darusha that no, my husband cannot be dead. We have to take him to the hospital. I think they don't know what they are doing in this hospital. So I told him that we have to take him to another hospital. So we went to another hospital, around Osaka, London. The nurse was also present. They were asking the nurse, what did you give him? So she was telling, she was just talking. Me, I was just, but they didn't allow me to go inside because the way I was reacting. I just sat at the hospital. I sat outside and I could listen to their conversation. The doctor was asking, what did you give him? What did you do this? Like the doctor was asking, like, well, when you come, while trying to put it in his vein, like you're supposed to be calm with him. Did you do this? The nurse was answering those questions. I was outside, so they tried. They did so many things to revive him. Yes, but I think like 20 minutes after, the doctor broke the news again that he's dead, and there's nothing we can do. Oh my God! From that spot.
Did you notice that at the second hospital, Wumi said here that it was 20 minutes later that the doctor told them that he had died? That's a Paris.
I didn't even know anything again. But I knew that at least I got back to, went back to the house. His body was.
We got back to the house. This was after he died. We got back to the house after the hospital.
His body was taken home too. And, the nurse was with us through the night. And after
the nurse was with us. She is still referring to Feishara, not another new nurse. That's the grammar of rich Greece. Tikomo.
But she won't understand English.
She can understand logic.
No, I think this is intentional. Like by Gemma, so people can understand English. I think it's just intentional.
They are just being intentional about misleading the public. Because when you want to second no, please, you need to address it. To be honest, any like expatiate gan tó bá ní kẹ́ play part yẹn bí akẹ́ tún play léraléra.
Máa tún play mo ti gbé padà lọ sẹ́yìn ẹ̀ tún gbọ́.
Although èmi tẹ̀fẹ́ kọ́ ní pé Karimo iná but
his body was taken up too, and you know the nurse was with us through the night. And after my father-in-law, like the rest of the family came around, his friends.
My father-in-law,
also came around, like, you know, we even had to get another nurse to come to the house to try to find something to do to his to him, but you know, nothing was done. The nurse was with us throughout. When my father-in-law came to the house, the nurse narrated everything that happened to him. He wanted to get the nurse arrested. But my father said we should allow her to go. That he doesn't have any business with the nurse, that she should go. And you know,
where is the nurse now?
The nurse, I think.
Let me take it back.
The nurse was without try to find something to do to his to him, but you know, to plants. And after my father-in-law, like
in addressing this, I'm not even concerned because Rich Grace was saying the wife. Now let us now check and see something. Okay. Now we're going to quickly go to page 37. If you are saying that Wunmi said that a nurse came, now we're going to go to page 37 of the CTC. Okay. Yeah, Jabba Patap. Hold on, guys. Okay, good. I'm reading from 38. It says, the mother does not live with you? Answer, no. Was the mother living with the deceased? Answer, no. Did you go to the hospital? Answer, shakes head side to side. This is Josie talking on. Question, tell us what happened. Answer, on the very day when I saw his body on the ground, I asked what happened to him. Was he sick? 39. Question, you got there and you saw the body already dead? Answer, yes. They said they gave him injection and injection reacted on his body, and that was the comment given to me by his wife. Question, you saw the body, the dead body? Answer, yes, at the sitting room in his house. Question, the house at Agungi? Answer, they had changed from Agungi again to another apartment. Question, what is the address? Go on. When you remember, tell us. You met the body at the house? Answer, yes. Question, and you told us the nose was already blocked? Answer, yes. Who blocked the nose? With what? Answer, with cotton wool. Question, who did that? Answer, I don't know. Question, who certified him dead? Answer, I don't know who said it, but they were deceiving me on the phone that he was all right and I should go back home. Firstly, they said I should come to one hospital at Osapa, London. And when I got to the bus stop, I said I was at Osapa, London now. But they told me that I should go back home, that he was all right. But what I had heard before didn't make me believe, and I wanted to see him. When I got there at 9:30 p.m., I met his dead body on the floor. Question, have you seen the death certificate? Answer, no. Question, so you do not know the cause of death? Answer, not heads up and down. Question, this was 12 September 2023. Answer, not heads up and down. Question, who were the people you met in the house? Answer, the people I met there were up to 100. Let me explain. Let me mention them. I met Anya, a musician. I met Davido's representatives, Zlatan and many. The crowd was full up there, and Mohbad's lawyer, everyone was there. They had heard, but I did not hear anything. Question, you don't know who prepared the body? Answer, I do not know, but I know his wife would be able to explain because she was there. Answer, the court, and you did not make inquiry? Answer, at all, they did not call me. The court, you did not do your findings? Answer, I did not do any findings. You saw your son lying down there and you did not ask any question. I'm trying to establish that Josie was even actually the person that called the second nurse. Emagbo. Answer, the question I asked was, what happened? What led to his death? And they said it was reaction of the injection given to him. Mr. A.A. Judge, where was the deceased buried? Answer, he was buried at Berigbe. Question, who buried him? Answer, I was the one who pointed that they should bury him there. Question, Berigbe is in Ikorodu here. Answer, yes. Question, the house where you say the corpse was in Lekki. Answer, yes. So who moved the body to Berigbe? Answer, on that night, Davido's, please, everybody should listen to this. This is in page, page 41. Answer, on that night, Davido's representative sent money to me and I gave it to one of his followers, one of them that followed Mohbad. He received the money and I instructed him to call ambulance. After calling the ambulance, luckily, the ambulance man was a doctor also, and he checked and we decided to go to the police station and we spent like 3 hours at the police station. Question, which police station? Answer, I don't know. It was in the night. I just told them to carry me to the police station so we could have a police report. And they wasted my time and they wrote notes and I had already signed. For them to give me the report, they said no. They cannot give me the report and I asked why. And they said when the events that happened led to his death, where did they report to? That was the question they asked me and I was not able to reply because I wasn't there when it happened. Question, who hired the ambulance? Answer, Darusha, one of his PA. Question, which death certificate did you present to the ambulance? Answer, he did not have any death certificate. Question, who confirmed to you that the body you were seeing on the ground was lifeless, dead? Answer, I met a lot of people there and the ambulance driver, who was a doctor, tested him in my presence and said he was dead. Emagbo, I met a lot of people there and the ambulance driver, who was a doctor, tested him in my presence and he said he was dead. I was not the one who called the ambulance. Question, who was the doctor that told you he was dead? Answer, I cannot say much on that. Question, but a doctor told you. Answer, someone was in that bus. Question, was it a doctor? Answer, I do not know. Question, you do not know whether he was a doctor or not? Answer, yes. After that, we took him to the mortuary at Ikorodu here, General Hospital, and they refused to accept him. All what I read is between page 37 and 42. So, Josie instructed Darusha to get an ambulance. The ambulance had 2 people in it, a doctor and a nurse. They tested Mohbad there and still confirmed him dead. So why is Rich Grace coming out to regurgitate this rubbish?
As well as caffeine in excess. And he wondered who administered that, signaling that there was another nurse. And of course, the partner said that there was a nurse that stayed the night.
Now, you are saying that your pathologist, please, this is the last straw. They said your pathologist claimed that there was paracetamol, caffeine in excess. Have you forgotten that the government pathologist also said the same? Now, let's go to the government pathology results. Where is it? Yes, this is it. And you would see here, this is acetaminophen, paracetamol, caffeine, and diphenhydramine. This is what? It is an antihistamine.
Yeah.
What? You can see that? Is an antihistamine. So we can all see that everything she said that their own pathologist did was also in the government pathologist. And Josie went outside. Oh, my pathologist said something different. He said that there is paracetamol in high quantity. It is there. See it here, even the quantity 120, it's there. It's there in the pathology report. It's only because these people, number one, they didn't read the CTC, they were not prepared, they didn't read the pathology an neither do I think their own pathology has a report. I don't think so. That he has an elaborate result like this. So you could see that all what these.
Dawah, I do not think they even did the proper toxicology. To be honest, they used hours. Their pathologists used hours.
Which one is ours? The government one.
I mean, the government one. Use the government one. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. No, the government one. And that's what happened. You actually agreeing with them that there was not properly done.
They did their own.
It was done. They actually did. No. Fearless, you're not getting me. You know this their plan that they pay 16 million. They want to prove a point.
No, that's
no. He actually did. The amount might be different, but he actually did.
They did. He did.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. But me, I don't think they did.
They did.
They played the public.
Yeah. The thing is, that pathologist will not. He won't do this. He won't be that silly. No, he won't do it.
Yeah, and he's the head of the department in UCH. I don't think he's going to do anything
He won't do that. No.
But I think he was only trying to. He knows about the dragging on social media. That was why he held on to the result until the court would grant him audience.
Exactly.
He knows that if he says this outside or he gives the results, they would drag him.
The pathologist
I think Mayor is
to lose for 60 million naira. He has too much to lose. You don't, because the thing is, Shetiri, it's not just that he's the head of pathology unit in UCH. He's gonna be a teacher. Most consultants are teachers. And number two, if he has ever done pathology for any state case, and he has lied in this case, they will question all his.
Please carry on. Give me like 10 minutes.
all right. It's okay, Mayor. I get you. I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
Now, because you now said that because I know they said it's from UCH, but it didn't occur to me that he's the head.
He's a head of, if you go
I get you.
In fact, when
you can't mess up with his profile as it is now.
At all.
Yeah, I get you.
Me and him have over 25 friends in common, and these are people that I know very well. So I'm just actually waiting for these Josie's useless people to do things so I can message the people that I'm close to. That knows him.
The one Bookie didn't help us to send it to him when he was abusing him.
So Kishe.
And I just want to chip in something. I just want to digress a little bit. Josie, I because I didn't want to touch on it, but I realized this recent interview, Josie hammered on it again about when instead of her to tell me what by her husband say Keloro. But in the same vein, also fún pé abẹ́rẹ́ ni lọ fún nọ́ọ̀sì fún ló gbòdì lára. That's not even where I'm going to. In the Nigerian context, there was this video don't trend in gbà even though it was funny, but it's just the reality. Ìyá arúgbó kan tó yẹ pé kò séyín lẹ́nu woman yẹn mọ́, ẹ má bínú màmá mi ìbú yín mà bọ̀
I saw that one.
So mama yẹn, the man looking at the woman, she was very old. And ẹ̀gbọ́n woman yẹn kí màmá yẹn darúgbó bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn báwo lẹ̀gbọ́n ṣe fẹ́ rí. Ẹ̀gbọ́n màmá yẹn wá kú, màmá dẹ̀ lọ sí grave bí tó ti fẹ́ sí pé èèyàn tó bá pa ẹ́ kó dìde kó lọ pa. A man who is close to 100. Ta ló fẹ́ pààyàn 100? Is it not waste of pípa nìyẹn? So what I'm trying to say that in the Nigerian context, we don't believe in natural death. It takes a high level of education, high level of exposure. I like to realize pé èèyàn lè kú, ọmọdé lè kú, àgbà lè kú. It can even be natural death. Èèyàn lè sùn kó má jí mọ́. It doesn't have to be pé ó dàgbà. Me tó jẹ́ kékeré gan kú natural death without even explanation. But in the Nigerian context, anybody tó bá kú èèyàn ló pa. In fact, mom sí mi gan gbà tí mo wà ní university mo máa bá wọn jàǹgbà yẹn tí wọ́n bá kú. In fact, èmi mo máa ń kọ́ṣọ́ mom sí pé mom sí ibi tá à ń lọ sìn o. Ẹ kò sọ fún ẹni pé ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ èèyàn tó kú. Ẹ má ní pé ta ló pa o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́. I had to caution her. Because tí mom sí bá kí ẹ tí èèyàn bá kú ọ máa ní pé ta ló pa ni.
Investigator ni.
You know what I'm saying? She's not. It's just what they are being like worship be African setting ṣe rí nìyẹn.
Exactly.
We believe pé no one start saying. So tá bá ti fẹ́ lọ kéèyàn tó kú èmi máa ń kọ́ṣọ́ even more èmi àti mom sí máa jókòó a máa sọ̀rọ̀ a máa discuss. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ yìí ẹ má béèrè pé ta ló pa. Mo fọlọ́run bẹ̀yín ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ kò kéèyàn tó kú ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ o ànírú ẹ̀ mọ́ o kẹ̀dẹ̀ kájà padà. You get what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is that how much more èèyàn tó yẹ pé young guy ẹjọ́ sùn ẹjọ́ jí ó kọ̀ lápá kékeré lára ó dẹ̀ gba abẹ́rẹ́ ń gbòdì sí lára tó bá ní kẹ́ lọ ro bàbá Wunmi is right to an extent. If tó bá yẹ pé little knowledge tó níyẹn with her age yẹn pé kẹloro because a máa rò pé ṣó ju abẹ́rẹ́ lọ ni tó dẹ̀ máa gbòdì lára èèyàn there has to be something and ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìjà wà ńlẹ̀ already pẹ̀lú record label tó fìbínú fi sílẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé wọ́n ń lépa ẹ̀mí ọkọ òun physically a máa rò pé tí wọ́n bá get it physically probably they got him spiritually so tó bá sọ pé kẹloro Wunmi she is right láti sọ pé ẹ lọ ro. So I don't know why. Èèyàn tí ó pa èèyàn àjẹ́wò gan lèèyàn gan lè gbà tó máa dá lójú pé ẹ lọ ro tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé òun lòun pa ẹni yẹn ìsídà bóyá pé àjẹtẹ́ni yẹn gbà bí àwọn ń ṣe mítì láyé ń bíbà ẹ̀ bóyá orígun ẹ̀fùn lọ ti ṣe mítì tiwọn tí ògùn yẹn fi lè dá ẹni yẹn lójú pé mo pa ẹ̀dẹ̀ lọ ro.
Bene, even with the way things have been unfolding now, the way these people are supporting the nurse or trying to take the nurse out of it, kí ni assurance pé àwọn gangan kọ́ náà fún nurse yẹn ní nǹkan kó wá fi gùn?
Because yeah,
this is so abnormal.
You get what I'm saying? But be as it may be, the reason why it's abnormal is that it's a rare occurrence, but it doesn't make it abnormal. Ó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀, ó kọ̀ rare ni. Medical negligence happen, reaction to medication happen, but because Nigeria don't keep records, so even if it happen on that hospital setting, they might cover it up. They might cover their mistakes up. All they pay, I know any kini kan o ko gbe mi, but it might even be that pé bóyá nurse auxiliary tó gbà ló lọ fún ní wrong abẹ́, but because Nigeria téèyàn bá kú, we don't do autopsy. Ìlú òyìnbó téèyàn bá kú, irrespective bó ṣe kú, they must carry out an autopsy. Kó tó di pé wọ́n lè lọ bury ẹni yẹn. But Nigeria ó ti kú níyà, Ọlọ́run ló fún yàn, Ọlọ́run ló gbà. Ṣé get? But so it might that occurrence of pain abẹ́rẹ́ gbòdì lára wọn, it might even be happening more rampant than we think.
It does happen, and one of the major culprits of having an allergic reaction, the major culprit is any medication that contains penicillin. It is one of the major culprits. Then the number 2 is EPA. EPA, àwọn kan máa ní àmọ́ tí ń jẹ́pà ní Nàìjíríà kankan ò ṣe mí. Ẹ gbọ́, EPA ìlú òyìnbó ó yàtọ̀ sí EPA Nàìjíríà. And some things might have been in the system. And yes, you're right. Blood transfusion is another culprit. But you know why it might not lead to iku near hospital is because there is a crash trolley. There is adrenaline or epinephrine that can be given immediately to suppress, because I've said this so many times, and this people are letting me go back to this thing. So when an anaphylactic reaction happens, now it is a form of allergy, but it is the extreme. I made an example of where you heard about bang bang, or to send like 1,000 soldiers. So nínú yàrá kékeré, or send the big 1,000 soldiers. Want to clog ilé, kò wá sáyè láti kọjá gan mọ́. So wọ́n ń bá ẹlẹ́rù tó fẹ́ fight gan. Àwọn ọmọ ogun tó pè wá ti wá pọ̀ jù. This is anaphylactic reaction. It's the body saying there is something in your system that we do not want. So it sends everything. It sends all the soldiers. And because it's sending the soldiers, the fluids will go straight to your trachea, and it blocks your airway. The airway is blocked. It dilates your organs. The major one is the heart. It will dilate it. The hypovolemic happens. Your blood pressure will drop to the bottom. Boom. And what does epinephrine does? It is a vasoconstrictor. So it relaxes all the stuff, and it helps to start constricting the heart to start pumping blood. Because like we know, if your heart is not pumping blood, there will not be good oxygen in your system, and your system will not have the right oxygen to go to your brain and supply our body with what is normally needed. And this is the work of epinephrine. So in the hospital, they give that immediately. They give oxygen immediately. They give antihistamine immediately. So these are the reasons why we might not have the news out there that any yiku in the hospital due to drug reaction, is because any hospital that knows its onions, we have this medication also pre-filled. It is sealed, it is pre-filled. So immediately you notice that person is holding their neck. That's the thing. So when you're giving medication and you notice they are holding their neck, they can't breathe, you stop it. You stop the medication immediately. You shout for help. And when I'm calling for that help, the next person is bringing that injection, so you're giving it immediately. Oh, boya, or in as much that person can't breathe, they're holding their neck, you're giving that medication immediately. The oxygen is there, you're giving the oxygen, somebody else is bringing the antihistamine, the hydrocortisone, and all the other ones. So all this will be done within 5 minutes. All this is done, and because oxygen is now being given. You've given the epinephrine or adrenaline. So that is helping to constrict your muscles. It's relaxing all those fluids going to your neck. You're giving antihistamine. It's helping to reduce the amount of histamines. So the histamine are the things that rush to your neck, rush to everywhere, preventing you from breathing properly. So only relax. You're giving oxygen because you want to make sure there is oxygen in the body.
And the golden question we should be asking is, how many Nigerians even know what is allergic reaction? How many of us, Gola Mokota, were allergic to? Like, how many of us?
Even there are some medications that you react to. Ṣé auxiliary nurse tó lọ bá Mohbad nílé tí ò mọ nǹkan kan ló fẹ́ béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ mọ irú medication gan tó lè react sí àbí tó yẹ kó wà allergic sí? Even ibuprofen tẹ́lòmíì lò fún headache, tẹ́lòmíì lò fún body pain, ẹlòmíì react sí as allergy tó wà allergic sí, ẹlòmíì wà allergic sí. So okay sìn ẹ̀wọ̀n ń sìn tẹ́ bá rántí gbogbo gbà yẹn when you go to the hospital kò sí ni o ò lè yẹ wọ́n máa fún ẹ paracetamol ṣáà ni o máa gbà á ni wọ́n dẹ̀ máa kó fún ẹ báwo máa pọ̀ as part of the treatment tó máa fún ẹ. Ìgbà wo lèèyàn dé hospital nígbà yẹn tó máa kọ́kọ́ ṣe blood test tó máa ràn ní oríṣiríṣi lára èèyàn dípò tó máa mọ̀ pé okay this is what you are allergic to, this is what I'm giving, this is what no statin ló lè gbéra wọn padà síbẹ̀. So tó máa fi mọ̀ pé okay this is what you are allergic to, this is what you can be given or this is what you cannot be given. Ibo ló ti ń ṣe yẹn ní Nàìjíríà tí àwọn wèrè yìí dẹ̀ wá sọ just ordinary sorry ẹ má bínú tí àwọn wèrè yìí dẹ̀ wá sọ aláìníṣẹ́ wọn tó ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ fi lé ayé wọn ṣe.
ṣùgbọ́n fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ question kan tí ẹ bá ń sọ pé Mohbad ò react sábẹ́rẹ́ kí ni nọ́ọ̀sì lọ ra antidote fún? Ṣó fẹ́ fi jossy ni? Ṣé ó fẹ́ lò ó fẹ́ fi sínú juice tó fẹ́ mu ni? Kí ló lọ ra antidote fún? She was
going to even buy the wrong thing. She didn't know what she was.
That's what I was about to say.
She had an EpiPen. That is all she needed.
Going to buy
the wrong thing.
Histamine she could be used. The hydrocortisone she wants to buy would have helped.
You see, the first thing that closes when you have anaphylaxis shock, it's the airways, the pipe. Totally close with the problem here, and that's what she needed that EpiPen for.
And
I don't know what that girl did.
That's what I'm saying, that even she going to the pharmacy, if she has gotten to the pharmacy and if she knew what she was doing, somebody is having an anaphylactic, the pharmacy is giving her an EpiPen or an adrenaline and rush down. But she walked lossy pharmacy, hydrocortisone. This is when people come up and say, I want auxiliary law. I look at them and like, don't ever say that where I am, because the thing is, you seeing what is being done. Do you understand the pathophysiology of this thing? Do you know what will happen when things go wrong? Like any woman, anybody can take a delivery, but you know where the job of a midwife comes in. When there is complications, then you will know who is trained and who is not trained. One of the major complications in delivery is breech. If you do not know how to deliver the head after the legs has come out, you have a risk of breaking that child's neck, as in compromising the spinal cord. So you have the risk of making that child go into cerebral palsy and all those things. So you now want to tell me that baby. Yes, one baby, when it is normal delivery, anyone can take a delivery. But when there is a problem, it is when you know who knows the onion from who doesn't know their onion. That is the thing. She even going to buy hydrocot was not it. It was not even going to do anything. And if she has known how dangerous this situation was, and she has run to the pharmacy and tell the pharmacist somebody is having an anaphylactic reaction, any pharmacist who is registered under Nigerian pharmacy will get up their ass, because a pharmacist is licensed all over the world to prescribe and give medication. They will get up. They see pharmacists not to Makonjoko, any hydrocot. They will get up immediately and do something because they understand the airway protocol. You must safeguard and protect the airway first. In anything, the airway comes first. And if they have known, like Lilibet said, then they will have started CPR. There were enough young men in there. Doing something is better than doing nothing. How many people understand what CPR does? They do not. They cannot.
Mayor, I'm just hoping that that the Kabiru has a standby lawyer on the day of the court hearing, because already you've given somebody something that cost anaphylaxis and you were going to buy the wrong, meaning you're a proper quack nurse. Life imprisonment, lawsuit here, walai. I just hope they know what they are doing on that day. They need to get a medical professional to come and analyze what you really did. Tell me back, bedada.
Animari now. Animari. So, ṣé mo pé ó ti kọ́kọ́ lọ síwájú medical council?
Can you imagine that?
Ó mọ̀ pé kò mọ nǹkan tó ń
ṣe. If you like, do interview from that rubbish.
The nurse doesn't even know what she's doing. Kò mọ nǹkan tó ṣe Mohbad gan tó lọ. Kò mọ nǹkan kan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
Ó kàn rí pé ní reaction.
It's just in her head that okay, nǹkan tó máa ń lò fún kí nǹkan ní jẹ́ nǹkan lọ́ra kí nǹkan fún. She doesn't really know what's going on. Kò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe gangan.
He want to buy another fake another medication to come and cook finish him finally.
They need
to get a medical personnel on that day. Come back of Kabiru, go get a medical professional to analyze nǹkan tó ṣe gangan. That her city she go defend them.
Bóyá kẹ́ medical personnel.
No.
Issues that goes on social media, but this one was beyond human reasoning, because at the beginning, once councils of registered medical professionals, they have said what she did was wrong. The medication might be right, but the fact is, you are not supposed to do this. No, number one, you're not qualified to do this. Number two, you should not be doing this at home when you don't even know this person's medical history. Number three, you do not know what reaction could happen. What makes you think even... Because some people just think when you're a nurse, the doctor will just prescribe medication for you and say, go and give that patient paracetamol, and you just give the patient paracetamol. No, I need to know, what did this patient comes in? Why am I giving this person paracetamol? Is this person allergic to paracetamol? When last did they have paracetamol? What reaction am I expecting when I give this paracetamol? All this. So because I need to know all these things, I have to do pharmacology as part of my course of study, because I need to know what I'm watching out for. But because she just know they give, honestly, why was she giving ceftriaxone? What infection is she treating? What was the blood test that was done? Kidney white blood cell count to fi mọ̀ pé infection marker was going up. What was the CRP? What gave her that idea that she should give ceftriaxone, not tablets, in IV, intravenous? Ceftriaxone in Western world is prescribed by a microbiologist, and it means they have done tests. You must have done blood culture, or you see that the white cell count is creeping up, the CRP is creeping up, to know that, okay, so when you do culture and sensitivity, you know what this infection is sensitive to, so you know what to prescribe. So you don't just get up and give ceftriaxone or those big antibiotics. You're not giving broad spectrum antibiotics. Broad spectrum antibiotics are your ampicillin or your ampiclox. You okuro láti orí ABC or bossy Z. Oh Lord, give. What if this young person have issue with his kidney? You're gonna knock his kidney off. This Exactly, Dr. Molara. The route of administration was wrong. The way she gave it, she was giving it push. You're giving ceftriaxone push. No, you dilute it and you further dilute it in average of 100 mils of normal saline. But no, she pushed it. So all these things mess everything up. And she gave the tetanus toxoid. Why are you giving that? You're giving IV paracetamol. You're not even spacing nothing. You're giving it bam, bam, bam. Kilo de she, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dr. Molara. She gave that ceftriaxone. She pushed it. Not slowly, she can dilute it, maybe in 10 mils of water and just push it. Because they see the doctor or the nurse where they work, they put in cannula, they could do it. Anyone can do this thing, but the thing is, what is the rationale? What are you expecting to get from this situation? How did you get to buy ceftriaxone? So many things needs to be overhauled in that country. So we should ask questions. Was she actually sent? Did she knew Mohbad is allergic to one of those properties? Ogbe paracetamol, ogbe kinongpe, this other and said Dr. Madara, what was the other one that she brought? Diclofenac, kilo de, irú oògùn wo ló ń lò tó kó gbogbo oògùn tó pọ̀ tó yẹn. That's why people are thinking, no, something is not right. Why did she need to bring all that? They sent you the cut. This cut just needs to be cleaned and just leave it alone. Paracetamol tablets was only enough. A lot of wrong practice. And why? Is because they allow them. They see a doctor collected money from them and trained them for 6 months and pushed them out. And they think they can do all these things. They're doing private practice, going to people's homes. What if Totilo treat another person?
And again, the consistent effort of jossy team to exonerate this nurse girl is suspicious. Who was suspicious? Because I don't know why these people, they are so hell-bent in exonerating a nurse who has come. She was under the influence. Underage, this mental incapacity. Even though to back parole in police station, so to lock parole court under oath. And these people, they are hell-bent in exonerating the nurse and nailing among me. It's quite suspicious, to be honest. Maybe there's a syndicate somewhere hell-bent on sending Wunmi. It's very, very suspicious. And Jossy, they are using Jossy. Jossy too is using them as an instrument of this.
That is the thing. There is, because initially, when I first started talking, I'm like, oh, well, anyone can have reaction. It is unfortunate. Let's keep getting our teaching out there on medication, wrong practices, and all those things. But the effort these people are putting to exonerate this nurse is way more suspicious. And I won't be surprised if Josie had a hand in this situation. But you're allergic sí ló ṣe lọ sọ fún wọn pé tó bá ti ṣe kíní o. What is bẹ̀rẹ̀? Because number one, why does Prime Boy need to trigger him? You knew what would trigger this person. It's like ọkọ àti ìyàwó mọ̀kọ́ tó máa ń bí ìyàwó ẹnu ọkọ ẹnu kó wá trigger ẹnìyẹn láti so that wàá lè sọ pé wèrè ni ìyàwó mi ó máa ń ṣe gángan. But ìwọ máa dákẹ́ o trigger ìtàn o dákẹ́. You knew he wasn't gonna accept what you were doing. So because he didn't want to hit you, he hit the glass. And that leads to a cut. It's as if they have planned this whole shenanigan. And of course, when you hit something in that force, because that is the normal part of the way the body will react to anything.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mayor. Good afternoon. Let me just say something to that. Do you know recently, just like a few days ago, maybe 4 days, my older daughter was playing. All of a sudden, I heard her crying, and she came to show me her leg. Apparently, her sibling pushed her, and the way she landed on a pencil. Do you understand? So the pencil just like, I won't say pierce, well, there was just this bruise. So I didn't really give him much. Do you understand? Much meaning. Like she was. So I was like, oh, sorry. It will get better. It was not. I think the next day, she came to show me again that, Mom, this thing is hurting, it's swollen. No, she didn't tell me it's swollen. I now noticed that it's actually swollen, and that it's hurting. Thinking back now, he looked like that type of what's it called? What's his name? Mo's injury. Because I don't know how to describe. It's a leg, but you know the bone part. Maybe I don't know if I wish I could describe it perfectly.
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yes, so it was actually swollen, and all I thought to do was give her a couple. Do you get?
Yeah.
So she was telling me that, well, I was monitoring it because I'll see her, she'll play, you know, she wasn't limping with it, but putting it beside the second leg is definitely swollen. But I just kept on monitoring her. She was, you know, she would jump with it, play. After a while, she said it's hurting. Then I think this was on Sunday. I said, okay, so on Monday we'll call the GP. Like, if I was just saying that if it doesn't get better, like, but I knew that it can't be that bad because she was playing with it. But that injury even looked like Mohbad's injury because it was also swollen. So imagine if I was stupid enough, I'll just, or maybe we're in Nigeria, I'll just, you know, call auxiliary nurse, give her antibiotics, no. All she needed was Capol. And by, you know, she's very fine now, nothing. She's gone to school, everything is good. But it's just the same thing with this Mohbad situation. All that injury needed to me was just paracetamol. But because we believe in Nigeria, we believe in tetanus, antibiotics and all that. Once you have any little cut, it's tetanus.
You know, Nigeria is aggressive medicine they practice now.
Yeah. He didn't need
but
all that.
Lilibet, I actually wanted to apologize to you. I didn't watch the video of the driver earlier, but having watched it now, I noticed what he said was about 2 days after he got a call that Mo was dead. So he was actually talking about Wednesday and not Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know, you made that point in a discussion, and I was like, I don't think so. I think he was talking about Tuesday because he picked him on Sunday. But from that sentence itself, he was actually talking about Wednesday and not Tuesday.
Well, regardless of how they even put it, I don't even think anything he said was significant to me.
At all.
There's not, and because all of them keep screaming, oh, the driver's testimony. Who did he indict? The only person he indicted was still Prime Boy because he said, well, let's not even look at it like he indicted Prime Boy because he said Prime Boy never touched Mohbad. So we'll just say he indicted Mohbad himself.
Yeah,
because,
maybe provoked him.
Yeah, well, because he said Mohbad punched the glass, like everybody has always said. Mohbad punched the glass. And for me, those are the only two things that actually matter in this case.
And Lilibet, please, sorry to interject you.
Yeah.
What me I don't understand is Joseph Aloba. Sherry, ìgbà míì tí wọ́n bá ń set trap fìyàn, tó bá wà careful, ara ẹni trap yẹn máa mú. The driver now is saying that Mohbad was intoxicated. So, in your toba were intoxicated, are they always in the right frame of mind? In your toba share intoxicated. In your toba were intoxicated, there was one affair then, he did a sermon. Oni pe toba ni pe k'Ọlọ́run sọ yín di ọ̀mùtí, àbí kó sọ yín di èèyàn tó máa pààyàn lẹ́ẹ̀kan rí.
Rich, Grace, and Josie, they were actually using the word partner for Wunmi. Now, see, whether you like it or not, traditional marriage remains, traditional marriage remains legal in Nigeria. legal in Nigeria. As in, there's no way you can. There's no way you can escape it. She remains a wife.
I má sọ
Now,
pé tó
when
bá
the,
jẹ́ partner ò ní responsibility o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ fílẹ̀ sí partner, ẹ jọ̀ọ́
funny enough,
Fada wa, partner yẹn ó pay wa, ẹ jẹ́ ó dúró sí partner ni wọ́n. Ṣé understand? Tó bá ìyàwó sọ̀rọ̀ ní the wife o, illegal wife o, tíyàwó bá yá, tọkọ bá yá ìgbẹ́, ó yẹ kó mọ kọ́lọ̀ ìgbẹ́ yẹn, tó bá sùn, ó yẹ kó mọ èmi tó fi sùn, but partner ni kò wọ́n ó ara wọn lẹ́bi.
I was telling Wumi one time, but he interview and jáde pé bàbá ọkọ ẹ máa jáde, ọ máa pè ń partner, ó ní ẹ ṣì bí business partner mo jẹ. Mo ní bed partner.
Tó bá ti di pé wọ́n fẹ́ pín royalty ẹ̀ a máa jà fún legality yẹn.
Mo ní bed partner ni.
I didn't watch that Rich Grace's interview, although I saw it, but you need to see the speed I used to, as in I just went straight up. What were they hammering on? She and Josie, was she talking about negligence or what?
She wasn't really talking about negligence.
So what
she was
she
just
talking about?
going on and on. Oh, me said there was a second nurse. They found high paracetamol and this thing. The nurse slept overnight before Feishara went there the next day. They were just trying to validate the statements of the driver. That the driver said he got there, they were holding each other's clothes. Got there on this thing. He didn't leave until afternoon.
No, I swear we don't need
blah,
to
blah, blah.
it because it's just.
I was just.
It's just all the lies.
Don't even bother yourself. It's because
no. I don't. I'm saying I don't want to hear. But Prof is saying, can you replay?
Prof, go and watch it. There might be no Prof.
It's just the same.
No, it's just the same thing.
It's the same lies they now decided to take. Yeah,
I said Lagbaja, Lilibet, the thing there is this. It's now very evident that even the likes of Rich Grace, I have now known that she also does not even know the content of the CTC. She does not know the content of the CTC. That it was even this Baba that instructed Tarusha, look, the ambulance came with doctor, came with a nurse, and they inspected, they checked the Mohbad again and told them it's there that Baba said it with his mouth. Yes, ambulance. And that's the same thing. And now,
just read it.
And they are trying to now say that the doctor said Mohbad would have died about 30 minutes ago. Now Wumi she now said Wumi said it was 20 minutes that they brought them that they brought Mohbad there that he died.
And 20 minutes.
How is 20 minutes 30? How is 30 minutes 3 hours? But this was 3 hours to the next hospital. But they had wasted enough time in the traffic, waiting for Darusha, waiting for the mechanic to bring Mohbad's car, waiting for them to test Mohbad. They had already used we saw the page that the lawyer questioning Adura in page 272 calculated how many 20 minutes, let's say something, he now started listing all of them and I said, no, there couldn't have been a stopwatch, Mohbad Matoku. 20 minutes, Lele, okay. 20 minutes, okay. Otun check it, 20 minutes, Omato so put you okay, Darusha Matode.
Nígbà tó ń sọ pé 20 minutes, ṣé wọ́n tún ti gbàgbé pé on the 12, on the 11 ló kú ni, kò ń ṣe day after nìyẹn ni.
No. Mohbad kan náà gbé lọ show. Mohbad kan náà gbé lọ sí show.
The main problem in this.
Get ìgbà tí Mohbad kú. Sorry Lilibet, I'm sorry o. Get Sherry. Mọ àwọn tó ń pè ní àkúdàáyà tó bá ti fẹ́ lọ yẹn ọmọ á gbé ọmọ wọn fún parents wọn pé wo ó ti kú gbogbo gbà yẹn ó kàn ń gbọ́mọ yẹn lẹ́yìn pé ẹ bá tọ́jú ẹ̀ ní ó ti kú gbogbo gbà yẹn.
Bóyá ká béèrè lọ́wọ́
gbà tó lọ UK ló
bóyá àwọn lọ fún
lápá gbà tó lọ UK ṣóò tó lọ ṣe UK ní August ẹ ló ti kú.
lágbájá ńgbà tó lọ UK yẹn ó ti kú dúkìá wa fún ní àpájí yẹn ló gbé dé Nàìjíríà.
Lágbájá.
Tí dúkìá bá wù mí.
The thing is, I know maybe sometimes we just enjoy going on as in back and forth with these people. There's really nothing to say again with them because
Lilibet, before we divert, because there's something I even want to ask you. Also, if they decide to go to another hospital, for the over 400 people listening to us, 5 stages of grief. The first one is denial. They will not accept. They will refuse to accept that he is gone. Well, they were just talking to him. He was fine in their own regard. He was fine. They're just talking to him. Now you're telling us he's gone. So the first stage of grief is denial. So they can seek up to 10 different opinions because they can't believe it. So gbogbo yín tẹ́ kàn ń sọ ìgbà tán ti ní kó máa gbé lọ sí morgue, why tán ṣe gbé lọ sí morgue, why tí wọ́n ṣe gbé lọ sí morgue ìjọba kọ́, pàtí ìjọba ni. So
Lilibet, have you said hi to me this morning? Because you just behave as if I don't exist up there.
Lilibet is on Kini Lowo. You can't.
And you decide to go on Silverbed to say, oh, blah, 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 blah. You don't even know when he died. Maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday. Now, Jossy and the rest of, what's it called? Jossy supporters. My advice is that you have to wait till you get to Hellfire to know the truth. Because there's no way you are definitely going to heaven. So when you get to Hellfire, maybe the devil will tell you guys, okay, you see that thing that was bothering your mind about Mohbad's death? He actually died on the 12th. And by then, you will continue to roast. So I don't even think we should keep stressing ourselves. It doesn't make any sense.
That a grieving mother cannot mix up dates. Is there any rule that is set in stone? Because I don't know.
Oh, sorry, did I say 11th? Mistake.
I don't know why a grieving mother made a mistake and corrected herself. Even the father-in-law corrected himself, corrected her that it was on the 12th. Yeah. So why are you people holding her?
Benevolence. They are doing this thing as if no member of that family can make mistake by saying anything, but every other person can make mistake and say whatever. But none of that the family member should make any mistake about whatever comes out of their mouth.
After days later that is what they call grief. But you don't grieve, a grieving mother, God forbid, ìgbà míì gan mo máa bí ẹni sí ó lè jẹ́ Tuesday mo ti lọ fún interview rí tó yẹ pé mo débẹ̀ ó sọ fún mi pé ó ti ò pé ní òun ṣe interview date mo dé argue pẹ̀lú manager yẹn ìgbà tí máa wo orí phone mo rí pé the set alarm was pé I thought that day was a Monday morning mi mọ̀ pé no I thought maybe it was a Tuesday morning mi mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ Monday ni mo dé.
Do you know how many staff turn up to work on the days they have off?
They have off days. How much more you don't grieve pé her mind is messed up. She doesn't even know like where she is. It was like no, she's not allowed to make mistake as to the date of her son's demise.
I swear, I wish we could even stop talking about this case.
Mr. Kinife was okay.
It's really tiring. It gets boring because we just keep saying.
No, it's because I want to talk about it. To me, I'm not really interested. But I
swear the same thing every day. It's really boring.
It's exhausting.
Yes, I don't know about in the US. Yes, ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́, ẹ kú gbìyànjú, ẹ kú gbogbo ẹ.
Mr. Dimbola, I think that the passport is Ramatowo.
Nike, ẹ má bá ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ mà ẹ yóò mo máa ń tẹ̀lé platform yìí dáadáa mo dẹ̀ máa enjoy every bit of it. I mean abẹ látòrí ṣé Mr. Dawah ni Mr. Oluwatosi uncle mi paras lórí ìjìbẹ àtàwọn obìnrin Lilibet bẹ̀nẹ̀ àwọn yẹn náà àwọn fans mi làwọn yẹn kéèsì Mohbad tó ń lọ ṣe rí narratives méjì ló wà ṣe rí nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní corona inquest tó yẹ pé ó wà documented lórí CTC ṣé CTC ni ṣé mo gbà so ṣe rí ọ̀tọ̀ ní nǹkan tí ṣe rí nǹkan example mo fẹ́ give ni pé ṣe rí ní 2020 election ní America ṣe rí Donald Trump pẹ̀lú àwọn supporters ẹ̀ ó máa ń sọ pé wọ́n rig election ó máa ń sọ níta nígbà tó ń wá lọ sí court ṣe rí gbogbo àwọn court tó wà lamẹ́ríkà even the circuit court everything even àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé Donald Trump ló appoint àwọn judges yẹn so tó bá ti wá dé court pé ṣé wọ́n rig election yìí ni do you know that these people they fail to say it under oath torí wọ́n mọ consequence láti parọ́ under the oath but tó bá jáde lórí social media fún àwọn supporters yẹn wọ́n máa sọ fún ọ pé wọ́n rig election ni so ṣe rí the same MO ni àwọn jossy camp ló ń lò ibolet ẹ sọ fún mi ibolet rí jossy gangan tó sọ pé ọmọ òun mi ló pa ọmọ òun ṣe é gbọ́ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ no kò ever sọ but ó máa fáwọn people yẹn àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé ní impression bẹ́ẹ̀ pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn kọ́ máa sọ àwọn yẹn ló ń sọ òun ò sọ nǹkan tó bá sọ fún wọn ni ló ń sọ ó ti mọ consequence pé kéèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ kéèyàn parọ́ under the oath ẹ̀rọ pé corona inquest is under oath nǹkan tó bá sọ document ẹ̀ wà ó wà documented so and it's gonna be used against you so àwọn pípẹ́ wọn mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe wọ́n máa sọ nǹkan míì ní corona ẹ lọ gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní corona kò sẹ́ni bọ́dì tó sọ̀rọ̀ against Ọmọwùnmí but wọ́n bá data wọ́n á máa sọ different thing and the reason why they are doing that one pecuniary value ó wà ń bẹ̀ they want to make money pé aláàtì máa fi kíní make owó tàbá sọ narrative yìí o a máa make owó ni wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ so ẹ mọ̀ pé these people is sheer wickedness ló ń ṣe wọ́ wickedness ni and I thank God mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ platform yìí àti platform sister Anita Bella náà and some other platform náà tó pé yes wọ́n dúró firm fún ọmọdé yìí I mean you cannot use injustice to look for justice so I'm so glad the platform yìí wà inú mi dùn so little contribution tí mo ní kí n ṣe láàárọ̀ yìí nìyẹn torí mo wà lọ́nà ibi iṣẹ́ báyìí mo lọ sí ibi iṣẹ́ ẹ ṣé gan mo like gbogbo